Hi, this is Earth, Wind, and Wire. My name is Noelle, and this is my first video. Today I've been working on some crafts for my first festival that I'm doing next month. These three charms right here are called wine charms, and I was on my last one and I thought, oh, how cool would it be if I just made a video and showed someone? Because I know when I first started in jewelry, which was just about a year ago, I'd watched tons of videos, and the one thing I hated about the videos, or I really disliked, is that they just keep talking about everything else except what, you're actually there for the video. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm cutting straight through the bullshit. I'm gonna show you the materials I use, and then we'll just get started. So this is a 1-inch dowel. This is pretty cool. We do use that. You can use whatever side you want. The Beadsmith sells, let me just back the camera out a little bit, all these different size dowels, and they do have the numbers on them, or lengths, you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm using a 1-inch dowel. I'm going to be using 20 gauge wire. This is just tarnish resistant. I got this at Joann's, and I have a 4-inch piece cut already. I already have flush cut both sides, and I have my charm. My last one that's going on is an anchor, and I did add a jump ring to it, so you can see that right there. And my beads that I've chosen already for this last charm. I did want to give a little shout out to Bead Buddy, because check it out. If you don't have a sticky mat, I don't know how you're doing jewelry. Either way, moving on. Rubber mallet. These are my needle nose and a pair of flush cutters. I only use that for my 4-inch piece of wire. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your 4-inch piece around the dowel. Again, you can use whatever size you want. I prefer the 1-inch. And another thing too, you can use 18 gauge wire. I actually do recommend it. It holds up better, but because the beads I've chosen don't fit on 18 gauge wire, we can't use them. So I'm using 20 gauge wire. So if you saw, I just wrapped this around here, and I'm trying to do it as tightly as possible. The reason I have my rubber mallet is, if you can see, the sides stick up even when you're bending it, and you could just try to bend it down as much as possible. But what I found actually works is if you kind of just push it down with your mallet. That way you don't scratch your wire. So that's it. You can put your 1-inch dowel away. Now this is what you're left with, okay? So we're gonna open it up just a little bit so we could put the beads on. Again, you can design this however you want. I just kind of make these up as I go, and you always want to check and make sure your beads fit before you try to get your project all together, because trust me, I've done it and it's no fun. So I'm just putting on a very simple bead colors together. Again, I'm going with blue because it's nautical. Boom, it's done, right? So the way that we want to close these off, if you look, what we're gonna do, you can use your round nose pliers for this, or you can use your needle nose. One of these wires, we're going to put, I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna put them in here, and you can see how this is standing. I'm not gonna move it. I'm gonna hold the piece, and I'm just gonna turn it slightly, okay? So that is facing me. I have turned it towards myself. Okay, let me see if I can get a better view. Okay, so the other wire, we're going to turn that up onto itself. So let me show you what I mean. Let me turn it around and get closer to the camera. Doesn't really matter. I mean, you want to use kind of the same placement that you did with the needle nose, turning it perpendicular, but this one we're going to turn up to the ceiling so that it looks like that. And I hope I didn't go out of frame, but as you can see now, we can just clip it together. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so one of them you're going to flip up onto itself, and the other one you're just going to do from the side. And if you find that it's not, it doesn't really bend out of shape if you're doing that, because again, 20 gauge wire is it's a lot softer than 18 gauge, and so you want to be pretty careful with it. So it's really easy, and then you just open it up, put it on your wine glass, and then put it back. So I hope that helps. Anybody that has any questions, let me know. Also, I just made this ring, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm not really into gold. I'm a silver gal. But if you want to know how to make it, just let me know. Thanks.